When you're building something new, it often requires you to develop yourself into kind of a new version of yourself because the old version is always the default version until you build that new model. So there's a saying, I don't remember the quote, but it's instead of fighting the existing model, build a new model. So sometimes you do just need a fresh start. But if you give yourself a fresh start, you have to also change the mindset, your patterns, your habits, because otherwise that fresh start will just be like the old version of you in a new location or in a new job or in a new setting. And so it is the constant daily renewal of your mind, your choices, the daily things showing up daily. And I go through sometimes, I'll give an example. So I'm going through this whole, I'm like a gazelle getting out of debt. It's a final, I'm like the final. I can see the finish line, right? And every day I'm thinking, oh, I should just get that. Yeah, that would be good to stock up on this. Or you know what? I do need some extra clothes. You know what? I should just go take the kids here or whatever. And then I'm like, no, 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 no. And it's your old self popping in, popping up, popping up, popping up, saying, you should enjoy life, you should just do it now. And I have to remind myself, well, that's going to delay the goal, that's going to delay the bigger goal. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you give yourself 2 years to do something, it'll take 2 years to do it. If you give yourself a year, it'll probably take a year. So I don't want to give myself 2 years to accomplish something that I know I can accomplish in 6 months or 3 months. So you will fill that time period if you give yourself that time to do it. Makes sense. So you want to give yourself a shorter period of time so you have that intensity, and it's not moving with urgency, but it is intense because every decision during that time period matters. It's either going to move you a little bit closer or pull you a little bit farther away. And you get to decide. This one decision is going to move us a little bit closer, or it's going to make things take a little bit longer. And whatever works for you. But if you really want to get out of whatever it is you're trying to get out of, then you have to be willing to make the sacrifices in that season. You sacrifice now so you don't have to later. You live like no one else does now so you can live like no one else does later. And so the sooner you do that, and again, I could go and say, oh, I wish I did this 20 years ago. I wish I did this 15, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and I didn't. But life is busy, you do other things, your focus is in other areas, and so there's times in my life where I was just focused on different things. And that's okay. So you shift your focus when you need. Certain times you're going to focus on one area, and other times you're going to focus on a different area. This process is to stop running from the things that you need to deal with and start actually dealing with them. Start searching and seeking healing and resolution for those things instead of just ignoring them. Because when you ignore the things that you need to deal with, eventually they'll deal with you. So part of the process is running in the direction of your freedom, running in the direction of the liberation, the simplicity. And simplicity isn't, living in a bare bones type life. It's actually a very elevated kind of, and well, the way that I kind of teach it is it's an elevated way of living. You might want a capsule wardrobe of nice blouses, nice pants, nice things. So think of it like this. Instead of having 100 things that you kind of like, you have 10 things that you love. And that's what it is. It's simplifying down to what you love. So when you let go of the things that you don't love, you're left with what you do love. And that's the beautiful thing is you're like, man, everything I'm surrounded with now, I actually love. And when you're putting out that feeling into your environment and your kids feel that and they walk in their room and they're like, I actually love this space. I love this room. I love how it feels. And it's not full of a bunch of things that they don't really care about or just a mess, or you can tell where somebody's at because a lot of times their home is just filled with great deals, good deals, cheap dupes. It's a reflection of uncontrollable spending habits, which is really a reflection of them trying to fill a void on something that hasn't been dealt with. It's really what it is. That's the truth of it. It's filling a void of something else, and they're doing it by filling their home and thinking that that's going to make them feel better. You're never really going to feel good about something until you put the effort in to see what you're made of, Don't just settle for, well, I'm this way, I'm this weight, or my house is this way, or that's my spending habits, that's my shopping habits, I'm a thrifter, I'm a this, I'm a that. You can tell yourself whatever you want and you're going to believe it. So tell yourself the opposite. You're deciding who you are. You're deciding who you want to become. You're deciding what your future looks like. You're designing it. You're taking the time to actually design, what do I want my life to look like, starting with now. So maybe you're in a place that you don't really love. Maybe you don't like the bones of the place, or it needs a lot of work done to it. But how can you make that place reflect this new person? And start there. And that's going to help you move into the next level in the next place. But start with what you have if you can't move. Now, if you can, I mean, there was a time in my life where I just needed to move. I needed to get out of there. I'm like, I'm not going to fight this existing model over and over. I need a new model. I got to get out of here. And that was all I needed to bust out and break free. And, putting yourself in a position where you have no choice but to become the person that you need to be is a very, very powerful growing tool. You're forcing yourself to become somebody that you want to be by taking away the option of turning back. That's why I call it burning the ship. You're like, there's no ship. I'm on an island and now I have to figure it out. That's what I mean when you burn the ship and you decide who you want to become by putting yourself in a position to really become that person. So if you don't have the means to move and you're working with the existing place or the existing thing, then start with making the environment reflect that new person, because most likely it's a reflection of the old person. It's old energies, it's old habits, and everything's reminding you, oh, this and that, I got to deal with this, and this is broken. It's reminding you of that old person, that old version that you're trying to grow out of. There's nothing wrong with trying to develop and grow out of a season or a version of you that does not serve you anymore. It doesn't bring you joy. It doesn't bear fruit. It's not producing. There's no peace. Your family feels it. It's like, we're not these people anymore. We've grown to another level, but yet our environment still reflects this old version. My closet has old clothes, not mine because I got rid of them, but what I'm saying is you might walk in your closet and it's a reminder of who you used to be. It might be a reminder of a past season that every time you walk in, it's a reminder of what you could have been or what you were or what, just all of these negative prompts. It's prompting something, or you can call it a trigger. You want to walk in and say, everything in my closet fits beautifully. I feel like $1,000,000 when I'm wearing this outfit. Or it fits, it might just be the outfits. Like right now, I wear things that are bridging the gap between where I am and where I'm going, because the new version of me is going to be wearing, I already have a whole style picked out that I want. I've studied it. I like it. It feels good. I feel good in it. But because of the season I'm in right now, I'm not investing in that, but I will be. So I've limited my closet to either that outfit or that piece of clothing matches that new version, or it's practical right now while it bridges the gap. But if it reminds me of a negative past self, or a person I no longer am, or just anything that you're trying to kind of break free from, get rid of it, because all it's doing is reminding you of what you don't want. It's reminding you of a past season. Another big thing is scents. I know this sounds weird, but old perfumes. It brings you back to that time. I had a purse actually that I loved, but every time I wore it, it reminded me of a night that didn't go well. And so every time I looked at it, that's exactly what it reminded me. It reminded me of a not traumatic, but it just triggered me. I didn't like the feeling. And I thought, well, I'll keep the purse and I'll create a new memory on top of it. And actually what happened was I opened it up and the button, the cap, where it closes, broke. And I'm like, okay, God, I guess that's me. You telling me get rid of this, because now it's two negatives. It's broke and it reminds me. And what am I going to do? Try to fix it and create a new memory with it? Let's just get rid of it. So quit talking yourself into staying stuck. Quit talking yourself into that old version. Make it difficult for yourself to keep stuck. Make it difficult. So it's not, you're taking the, like, if you're trying to lose weight, make it difficult to stay big. So you're not putting ice cream in the house during that time, because that makes it easy to go back. You're making it hard. You're not driving past your favorite ice cream shop or whatever. You're not going out to eat and drinking when your friends come, because that doesn't support the bigger goal, which is creating a you 2.0. It's basically what you're doing. You're trying to level up and create a 2.0 version of yourself where you take your good habits, your good characteristics, the things that God instilled in you that he wants to develop the good and let go of the bad. So you're taking that and you're leveling all of that up. Seasons call for different responses. They call for different actions. They call for different things. And sometimes it's not a glamorous thing. Sometimes it's just doing what you need to do until you complete that and then you move on. And so you just, number one, you keep moving forward. You keep pressing on. You keep doing what you need to do. And you don't have to explain your seasons to everybody. Sometimes it's not going to fit in. Sometimes it's not going to make sense to everybody. But that's okay. What you're going to do is you're going to lock in and you're going to move with intensity during the time period that you're in, or the goal that you're in. You're going to move with intensity. You're going to do everything that you can possibly do, and you're going to let God carry the rest. He's going to help you push through that finish line so you can then advance to the next season and the next location, or the next opportunity, or level up, the next mountain, the next hill, the next, the next win. Process of elimination is the easiest place to start. Removing and eliminating the things that are keeping you stuck. Okay? The bad relationships, the gossip conversations with family, the toxic friends, the people that bring you down, the clutter, the excess stuff that is just getting in the way and stealing your time. Maybe the 2-car payments and go down to 1-car payment, all the subscriptions, all of the eating out. This is how you do it. You eliminate those things. If you're ordering food in a restaurant, skip the sauce for a while. You're eliminating the extras and you're simplifying and elevating. So you simplify, you bring it in, you elevate, you're going up. Simplify, elevate. And you're going to find more and more freedom in that, because your body and your life is all going to respond. And there is, in my previous video, you can tune in, where I talk about the messy middle. There's a messy middle in between, because there's a tug of war in between all of that. There's a tug of war from your old self and your new self. And sometimes the old self wins, and that's okay. You just keep moving. You just keep moving. And it's not going to be a perfect, straight shot upward. It's going to be turbulent, and there's going to be bumps as you're raising altitude, as you're gaining altitude. It's bumpy on your way up. That's okay. You just keep moving. Every day is a new opportunity. You just move a little bit or a lot, as much as you can, every single day. But it has to start with the desire of what you want, the clarity of what you want. Get clear, and really the conviction that you're willing to do what it takes to have that, to bring your family to freedom, to get out of the past seasons. Don't linger in something that God's trying to move you out of. He wants to develop you. He wants to develop your character. He wants to develop your faith. He wants to develop your life in all areas. He wants you to prosper as your soul prospers. So stop clinging to old ways. Level up. Do what you say you're going to do. Lock in. Stay focused. And run your race with zeal, expectancy, clarity. Put the blinders on and just go for it. Go for it. Keep going. God has a glorious future awaiting for you. It's your job to pull that future into the present. And you do that by the choices that you make every single day.